Hello, welcome everybody to today's episode of Soul Currency Live. I am so sorry I couldn't come to you live last week, Monday, as I was coming back from Germany and was going through SeaTac Airport and had to get stuck in customs for almost 2 hours. Just the whole process was so long. And here I thought I could just get out of the airplane, sit down and tune in and connect with all of you. So I'm super happy to be here today and am feeling a little better. Last week I was totally under the weather, so happy to be here. I'm super excited to share with you. Thank you all for joining in. Good morning. Hi, Tracy. So excited to see you, and my sister from Germany, Miranda, my soul sister from Essence Training. Thank you all for joining. Kiara, hey girl. So super excited to talk to you all today because I have something that is just, I'm so passionate about, and just got back from Germany doing another training around, and I just want to keep sharing more and more with you. And you know, those of you who know me know that I really tune in and I allow myself to be guided, and I trust in divine timing in all things. And so one of the things that came up for me just this last week and over the weekend was I kept getting this message like, pull back, it's not time. The time is not now. And I was like, what is going on? I mean, I'm sick, and I was supposed to have my upcoming workshop this Saturday on March 17th. And the message I kept getting was to pull back. And I got this feeling like, okay, this is about the workshop. And it was really clear to me when I heard that message that I needed to postpone it. And there were all of these people that had also come to me and said, I want to be there, but I can't do it now. And so I want to announce to you all, and those of you who wanted to join but weren't going to be able to make it on Saturday, that the workshop has been postponed until Saturday, April 28th. So I'm really excited to announce that, and it just feels so good. It feels so in alignment, and it also gives me a chance to be healthy and strong when I'm leading this powerful inner work. So today I want to ask you some questions, and I'd love to just hear your feedback. So definitely, and also write where you're tuning in from, because I see so many fabulous people from all over. So share with me, where are you tuning in from? Right, Mary, you're excited? Now you can go. See, girl, I know there's a lot of people. So share with me where you're tuning in from. I'd love to just hear, from you all, and for you all to see, wow, this is a really global community here. So share with me where you're at. And I want to talk to you today about, all the fun stuff I get to talk to people about, the stuff that most people don't like facing in their lives. Those patterns that are on repeat. Does anybody have patterns in their life that they are probably aware of, but they can't seem to break? Those unhealthy patterns that keep showing up, those parts of yourself that you are definitely aware of. And maybe some of you aren't aware of them yet. Maybe you're not aware of the parts that are showing up in relationships and creating friction, or creating disappointment or frustration, or that are getting irritated or feeling angry or upset, or, just tune in for a moment and think about, and this is something that I tell my clients and in my inner circle group coaching program, that we all have greatest hits. So think about what your greatest hits are. What are the theme songs that keep playing on repeat in your life? Can you think of something? Does everybody have something that comes up for them? For instance, maybe you suffer from having a case of the not enoughs. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not rich enough, not skilled enough, not enough opportunities, not a big enough house, not enoughs. Not enough of a lot of things. A lot of us struggle from a case of the not enoughs. It might be one of your theme songs, one of the things that you deal with on repeat, and it comes up, it shows up in many different ways. So can you think of something in your life that shows up like that? If you can, write below and say, what your theme songs are, if you're willing and brave to be vulnerable here in this environment, this beautiful community that can support and hold you and me as well. Share with me what you think your theme song are. What are your greatest hits? Maybe it is feeling disappointed in a relationship, like your needs aren't getting met. You feel like you have these needs, the needs aren't met. So you maybe start feeling a little bit clingy, like you're not getting enough attention or love from your partner, from your friendships, from anyone in your life that you are wanting love and attention from. Maybe you feel like those needs aren't getting met. So you feel yourself kind of grasping towards them. And then for whatever reason, they start backing away, right? You move closer, they back away. You move closer, they back away. Maybe that's one of your patterns. Or maybe it is that, you are, like Kiara is saying, feeling of not being supported by her family, right? So she's identifying a theme song. And this is really like, what are your greatest hits? We've all got them. Nobody gets a free card to pass here. Everyone has them. You just might not be aware. Okay, so I want to help you, first of all, just become aware. So share with me if you're realizing what maybe one of yours are. And first of all, oh my gosh, hello from the Netherlands, Miranda, gorgeous soul sister of mine, another soul sister in the Dominican Republic, Sonia. Someone's tuning in from Kirkland. I already know that Kiara's in New Orleans. So we've got people from all over. So welcome, welcome. I'm just so happy to have you here. So we're identifying what our greatest hits are, the theme songs in our life, okay? So let me give you a couple of other suggestions that might trigger something in you that go, oh yeah, that's totally me, right? So maybe you have a difficult time trusting others. Does anybody have a difficult time trusting men? Maybe even trusting yourself. But usually it's outward focused first. So maybe that's one of your theme songs, difficulty trusting in life, trusting that the universe has your back, trusting that men are going to be there, trusting that friendships are going to be there. Trust. Maybe one of your issues is trust. Maybe you have deep insecurities about yourself and your own worthiness. Maybe you are someone who feels more introverted, has a difficult time when you walk into a new environment. You get really kind of nervous, you feel anxious, and you maybe even are aware of some of the thoughts that are going on in the background in your mind. And those thoughts are like, I don't know if anybody's going to like me. I'm afraid of what people might think. Who am I going to talk to? Where am I going to feel safe? Right? Maybe that's something that really comes up for you. Or you feel like you might, get into these relationships with people, these friendships, but then you feel rejected or abandoned. You feel like you never quite fit in and you feel really lonely. So maybe that's one of your theme songs. So today I just want to help you to become aware, first of all, that you have one. And maybe there's like your top 3. So you usually have more than one. So think about what that might be for you. The first step to transforming anything in your life is always awareness. So we're just bringing awareness to the fact that there are patterns that show up in your life. And maybe you haven't yet identified what those patterns are. So think about the story of your life and the different relationships and experiences that you have gone through, and think about what your themes might be. I just got off the phone with someone on a coaching call, and one of hers, as an example, was she keeps attracting people in her life who at first she feels like there's this great resonance and they're amazing and she really wants them to be in her life. But there's a part that might be seeing some warning signs, some red flags, and she just doesn't even hear those. And she keeps moving forward in the relationship and is really excited and wants to get to know the person and connect and have that person be a part of their lives. And then there's this theme of that person. It's almost like she gets sucked into their vortex, gets lost in their energy, loses her own sense of self, and that other person ends up disappointing her and taking a lot of energy from her. So then the result is anger and frustration. I mean, deep down, there's anger at the top, at the surface. It might just be hurt at first, hurt from that relationship, that person, feeling disappointed. But once you start identifying, hey, this keeps happening, Who's the common denominator in all of these relationships, you guys, in all of our experiences? It's always us, right? It's always us. We are the central point. We are the star of our life. And so we are the first person that we need to look at. We need to look within. We need to be willing to go within to really uncover what aspect of yourself is showing up and attracting those experiences in your life. And so I want to just introduce this idea, this concept to you today that you may or may not have heard me talk about. I've been doing some Facebook Lives around this, and I will continue to go deeper into this conversation over the next like 5 or 6 weeks to get you prepared for my Soul on Fire workshop. So I really want to encourage you to keep tuning in, keep watching, and definitely sign up early so that you get an extra coaching call with me that is in support of the work we'll be doing at the workshop. So I will post, I will post in the comments where you can go and you can sign up and get that I'm opening up the early bird again today. So right after I get done with the live, I'll go on Eventbrite and open that up for those of you who really are ready to end these patterns. You know, like for some people, I know that they get to the point where they're just like, this again? Are you kidding me? This again? Why is this coming up again? And maybe you've already done work, you've gone to workshops, you've read books, you watch Oprah, you're doing all the things, but there's still these patterns that just keep showing up and you're not sure why. And so that's where I come in, and that's where this body of work comes in that I'm going to be sharing with you, and that we're going to go really deep into healing and becoming aware of at my upcoming Soul on Fire workshop, Awaken to Love. So does anyone here have children? I'm just curious to know how many people have children. Say yes if you have children, or if you are around children a lot. So for instance, for me, I'm a very proud aunt of a beautiful 6.5-year-old niece. And so I get to be around her a lot. And I was around her a lot when she was growing up. So I get to kind of have that experience and be around children. So I want you to think about, first of all, are you a mother? Are you a father? If you are, and even if you're watching this in the replay, write in the comments below, say, yes, I am a parent, or I am very close with children. And so I want you to just stop for a moment and think about that child. Think about your child. And think about when that child is born. So go back to the moment of birth. And maybe those of you who aren't parents yet have been around a brand newborn baby. Just a beautiful, precious newborn baby. So think about what that experience is like and how precious and beautiful and innocent this perfect little being is. So just feel that. I want to invite you to just feel that innocence and that just beauty and the vulnerability of this being that has come to life, either through you or through someone that you love. And then think about the fact that as this baby starts being, in life and coming into herself or himself, and they are, the baby stages from the time they're born until the toddler, and then the toddler until, preschool, and then the school ages. So there are different phases of development of the child. And if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. It's very clear that there are these different phases of development. And think about when that child has had fears or has been scared and felt like, scared of the first day of school. And what if nobody likes me? And what am I going to do? And, or is just confused or hurt or lost. Or maybe the child has felt like, they're not getting enough of their needs met. Children have really basic needs, and they need to feel safe. They need to feel loved. They need to feel worthy. They want acknowledgement. And so they have these basic needs. And when those needs aren't met, they act out, and they feel disappointed. They feel sad. They feel angry. They throw tantrums. Maybe their needs weren't met at a very early stage. So you as a parent, I just want to invite you to think about how you would show up for a child who is in pain. A child who is afraid of not making it, of not being smart enough, of not being pretty enough, of not fitting in. How would you speak to and comfort that child? How would you nurture that child who needs your love? So just take a moment and think about that. Think about how you would show up for that little girl or little boy, and what that child might need from you as the caring, loving, compassionate, nurturing provider of love and energy and safety. And that's what you are as a parent or an aunt or an uncle or a godmother or a godfather. So just take a moment and think about how you would want to support that child through their fears. Can anyone relate? Can you think about that? So I'd love to hear from you, and just hear, I'm just going to come down and just see where you're at with everything. So, hey, Jessica. So I would love to hear from you. How would you show up for a little child that is in fear, that's afraid of not being liked, not fitting in, not being enough? How would you show up for that child? What are some of the things that you would do? How would you respond to a child who's scared, who's afraid of the big world out there and doesn't know, what am I going to do? And am I going to be able to do anything that I like or love? Or, what are the things that you would do? And what are the things that a child loves to do? Think about what a child loves to do. A child loves to just be present and be with you and be creative and play and art and song and dance. And they don't care what they look like when they're singing and dancing. Think about also the magic of a child. So you have the part of the child that gets scared and frightened and doesn't know, am I going to be liked? Am I going to be accepted? Am I going to be loved? Am I going to fit in? Am I going to be enough? And then think about also this beautiful playfulness of the child's ability to be so present with whatever project they're working on. Even if it's outside, getting their hands in the dirt. Children love playing outside. They love getting their hands in the dirt. They love creating things. They don't mind getting dirty and messy and playful and creative. So these are the ideas that I just want to present for a moment to help you to tune into the inner child. And so if you think about the needs of a child and a child that you have seen grow up, those are the same needs as a part within you has. So the part of you that is showing up, that is afraid of putting yourself out there, that's afraid of failure, that's afraid of success, that's afraid of being accepted, that's afraid of being liked, that's afraid of not ever finding love, that's afraid that you can't trust men, that's afraid that you can't trust anyone else. That part in you that is afraid is connected to the inner child within you. And so it's literally, and you can look this up online, just look up the concept if this is totally new for you. So it's basically, if you think about it like this, we get here, we're born, we're beautiful, we're perfect, we're just this blank slate. And then the world and life and our family and society and the music we listen to at home and the movies that we watch, everything around us is programming us. Our brains are being programmed at such an incredible rate that it is hard for us to fathom just how much programming is happening, especially in those first few years. And so we go through these different developmental stages. And as we go through these different developmental stages, life happens. Things happen that a child perceives as being very challenging or difficult or hurtful or painful. There is unresolved experiences, unresolved trauma, unresolved hurts, unresolved wounding that happens that becomes a part of what I call our core programming. And that core programming is what is running. It's like your operating system. So if you think about a computer, it's literally the operating system that is running all of the programs in the background in your subconscious mind, which determines how you show up in life and in love and in relationships and in your business and in every aspect of your life. This deeper core programming is what is determining how you will show up, how you will perceive how you will behave. It's all running in the background and it's automatic. And so when we start a process of inner work, we become aware of what that deeper programming is, and we become aware of the needs of the inner child that were never met, and aware of the child that within you that is still wounded and still afraid of not getting chosen at recess to be played with. And so you're still afraid of not getting chosen, and you send that energy out, and it keeps attracting the same experiences over and over again. And I can't even tell you how incredibly powerful and empowering and freeing this work is. And so I just want to invite you to just start to open yourself up to the idea that this body of work is going to be the most powerful and transformative body of work that you have done this until now. I just was starting to speak German. Oh my God, I cracked myself up. I was in Germany last week. Please excuse me. So anyways, think about it. Think about this being the most powerful and transformative work that you could possibly do within yourself. Because ultimately, all of those patterns, your greatest hits, your theme songs are there as a result of the experiences of your life, dating back from childhood, dating back even pre-birth. Being in your mother's womb, you're still starting to absorb her fears, her beliefs, and the environment that you're inside of the womb. So the programming starts there. And so I just want to invite you to be aware of just how powerful this work can be, because if you've got theme songs, patterns that just keep showing up over and over again, if you've got a crazy people pleaser or a perfectionist or an inner critic or a doubter or a victim or a martyr, if you've got these personality parts that come up in your life and in your relationships, they're there for a reason. And it's an opportunity for you to go deeper within yourself and reclaim that aspect of yourself. And it's a beautiful process, and it might, sound a little bit confusing right now, but it's a beautiful and empowered process. So I just want to invite you to just be open to this work. And I would love to support you at the Soul on Fire workshop that's going to now be April 28th. So mark your calendars for that. And just be with these ideas that I talked to you about today and journal about them. What comes up for you? What are your greatest hits? What are your theme songs? What are the patterns that you haven't been able to break that you would really like to free yourself from? What are the things that have been elusive to you? Maybe it's love. Maybe it's relationship. Maybe it's success in your business. Maybe it's friendships. Maybe it's health. Maybe it's physical body stuff. So what are the things in your life that have been kind of at a distance that you can't seem to reach? You're always reaching out in the future somewhere for it. So think about that. The first step is always awareness. So just start to become aware of what your theme songs are. And I'd love to hear from you. As always, share in the comments below if this inspired you, and if you can relate to this and you want more people to know about this so that they can show up coming from a healthy, healed, and whole place in relationship with you, send them this video. And everyone needs this work. So please help me give this work wings. Take time to share this video right now if you feel like this video was helpful for you to understand this idea, this concept. Let me know if this was new for you, or if you've had experience doing this work. I'd love to hear how it's transformed your own life. And thank you so much for being here today. I went a little longer today. I've been missing you guys, and I wasn't able to do this last week. So thanks for staying on, those of you who are still here. And I will absolutely be back next week, Monday at 12 Pacific at the Soul Currency Live show. So thank you all. Have an amazing week, and I will see you very soon. Bye.